Morning is the best time to do any breathing exercises when your stomach is empty after your daily routine. And that time is the best time to do it because morning is sun energy is there. Everything you see in the system is rhythmic. Mind and brain operates from the past.
What does frequency to your body?
Or like 174 hertz is to release the pain. It's already proven scientifically that everything vibrates.
Today's episode is a deep dive into healing power of sound, not as something abstract and mystical, but a grounded, science-backed approach to restoring balance in the body and mind. My guest, Naresh Dewnani, is a master healer, biohacker, and sound therapy expert who merges ancient yogic wisdom with cutting-edge science to help high performance optimize their energy, sharpen focus, and regulate the nervous system. We explore how scientific frequencies can shift our state, support emotional clarity, and bring us back into alignment, proving that healing isn't just possible, it's measurable. Hi, Naresh. Okay, on the intro, I mentioned so many things that you are: biohacker, sound healer, yoga, all these things. Where do you see yourself the most if you would have to kind of, with one word, say, who do you feel, your soul resonates towards the most?
Who do I feel who I am in all this? I will also say that I'm also many things, it's you cannot put the whole. I'm gonna turn 40 now, so I cannot say that I cannot put my whole life experience into one title,
one category,
or one title, or say master healer or a biohacker, because world is also evolving.
Yeah,
and the titles are also changing. If like we did not know about the biohack, say few years before.
Exactly.
So now people a lot talking about the biohacking, people talking about the cells, people talking about the mitochondria. So it's a lot of talks is happening around those things.
So it's like evolving.
But it's evolving. So I will always say that my identity has also been evolved. So I started with a meditation teacher. So I said, okay, I'm a meditation teacher. Then I started teaching when I was teaching people meditation in the beginning of my journey. And I work with them. And then I saw that when I teach people meditation, when they come to the class, they learn, they understand the meditation, but when they go home, they don't practice. So they again come with the same thing and they learn, they feel good in the class, they go home and they don't practice. So I say, what is missing there?
It's so interesting. I think we're going to talk about the power of meditation, and more specifically from all the titles that I've mentioned that you have. I'm most curious on this particular conversation is the sound healing and the power of the sound. But let's park that for a second and let's talk about your journey. Just give us a little background on where you were born and how were you raised? Was spirituality and meditation a part of your upbringing, or was that something you developed interest later? Can you just give a little idea about that?
I was born in definitely India, a small town called Mansoor. It's a beautiful city. It's a calm, very peaceful town, and it's a small town. It used to be a small town. So there I was born, and meditation has been part, if I remember the meditation or spiritual talks and the conversation about the death and after that and the soul and all this conversation has been part of the culture.
Well, we always say, and I think the whole world always know that India is that place to go, to temples and for like meditation, sort of longer retreats, and all the biggest monks are in India. So that's probably one of the associations with India as well. So you can say that was a part of your...
That always been a part of the culture. We'll listen it on TV, we'll listen it our family, and a small little gathering for meditation will happen. So all those things were there. But for me, I used to watch a cartoon which is like a superhero cartoon, and then in that cartoon they will show that the guy is sitting and meditating and his chakras, energy centers are opening, lightening up.
Yeah.
And the song behind it will play in the Hindi, but I will translate in English, that it say that it's the power of the soul and it can change everything. So I was like 6 or 7 that time, and I will listen to that. It's a power of soul and it can change everything. It get power of the soul, it can change everything. It can change the world. It can make you powerful. So as a child, you always want to be a superhero. You want to be a superhuman, which people these days talk about. Yeah, being a superhuman.
Yeah.
So I will listen to that, and I go to the rooftop of our house after that show or anytime in the evening, and I'll just sit and meditate by myself.
As a 6-year-old?
As a 6 or 7-year-old.
Oh, wow. That's...
Without any guidance, without anything. But I was those visuals, So I'll go and sit and I will... At that time, I used to do the chakra meditation, which...
So did you consciously knew what you were doing, or you were just sort of replicating what you saw on the cartoon?
No, I was not replicating, because that time... while I was doing it, this is one part of that, but we used to have a temple next to our house. And it's kind of there is a playground. We'll go as a kid and we'll play. But there was one guy, the son of the temple priest, he was into the meditation and all. So as a kid, we will sit around and they will talk about meditation. And then
awesome.
They will talk a lot about the meditation from Osho. That time, which was
Osho was very popular.
Osho was very popular. Yeah. So he was reading Osho meditations. So every evening we also go there and meditate. He will read the books about meditation to us. So all these things were there, but in my mind that meditation can make me a superhero.
Oh wow!
So like meditation give me a power to change. Like you want to feel this as a child. You want to become a powerful or the superhero or do some magical things,
It's interesting because in West, obviously the superpowers and superheroes is also a big thing for children. But what a healthy and awesome way for children kind of link that superhero with that teaching of chakras and energy and everything that you have. Because I don't know a lot of 6-year-olds from Western side where they can sit calm and be still for a long time. I think it's a wonderful teaching.
I guess. My mom, she meditates every day. Till also today, she adopted the meditation. After a long time, I adopted the meditation, but she meditates 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening without fail.
What and is there a specific time? Would she 1 hour, or is that
her discipline? She has her discipline, so she follows that discipline and she do that. I don't do that much, but she does that.
Well, you do that for a living, so
I do that for a living. So
right.
It's like 4 times in a day for me. When I teach, I also meditate with people. I also do the deep breathing with people. The sound and vibration also impacts me.
Yeah,
my own voice. Sometimes I also get amazed by my own instruction, that my own instruction puts me in a state of meditation.
And someone is guiding you, maybe
someone
as well.
Guiding you. I have more or less idea that I'm guided. Guided. I feel that when people tell me.
And so, in your family, were you the only child? And was it a very kind of was everyone aligned with this? Were your mom and dad, for example, aligned with meditation, spirituality, or was there any, different views that maybe you were around people?
The beautiful thing about I'll say not Indian families, but in some families that we can stay in one family and we can follow different path. So like my mom can follow her path, my father can follow her path, I follow her path. So there was no thing that you have to follow the one thing or you need to follow the one practice. My mom has her own teacher, she does her meditation. My father likes to go to more into the temples and visit. He's more into that religious part a bit. My brother has its own journey. He likes to think deeper and look deeper. So he has its own logical. He goes logical. For me, I am mix of most of the things. When I'm mix of the science and a soul, I love science. And at the same time, I love soul thing. So it was, and they never stop. They never stop. They will actually feel good. Our son is sitting and meditating or praying or whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting how soul and science used to be like two different things, and now in the last few years, that's been something that it's so close and it can
very
right.
Close. Yeah.
Okay, and talk about. So you were interested in meditation from a very early age. How did that journey become a professional interest of yours? Yeah. Was it always I will be a meditation teacher? How did it get to the point?
It was love of my life. I would try to do it whenever I'm alone or when I feel to do that. Yeah, I will do lots of pranayamas. We'll watch on the TV. And there was a pranayama revolution in India at one time where we used to just make fun about it, that when you go for a morning walk, from every house, you listen the sound of the breath. Because you know that everyone is doing pranayama in the house. It was a time of pranayama or yoga revolution again. So it literally, when you walk in the house, you will see that people are doing pranayamas.
Was there a specific time to do it? Or would everyone do it as the sun rises? Or
the sun rises, basically. Yeah? In the morning is the best time to do any breathing exercises when your stomach is empty after your daily routine. And that time is the best time to do it, because morning is sun energy is there, and we need lots of sun energy for our body. Even the pranayama is, when you do the pranayama, you absorb the sun energy a lot. You know, there's absorption. Your cells are open to receive the energy. A lot of healing happens just by that. 10 minutes of practice can change your body
and set the tone for the whole day.
Set the tone for the whole day. It's a very powerful practice. So that's how I started doing.
And what about this aspect of yoga? You said that yoga was also part of that sort of the way you developed your interest in healing was also in yoga. Yoga has so many different types as well. Was there different yogas, different practices around, and which one was closest to you?
I practiced yoga, but I was not much into the physical posture of yoga because the yoga means, when we talk about yoga, okay, yoga means the meeting, yog, 1 + 1, 2. So it becomes 2. It's not 1 anymore. Yeah. So 1 into 0 becomes 0. So there is no 1 anymore. So it's kind of a yoga. You meet. Yeah. So when our soul basically meets the divine, when we are into that state where we feel one with everything, that's the state of yoga. And then you operate with that in your life. It's not that you sit in a meditation room and you feel that woo-woo and nice feeling. No. You walk in your life, you sleep in your life, you eat like that. You are in the yoga. Also, yoga means the alignment. Yeah, your alignment between the mind, heart, body, brain, all the things are aligned. Yeah, most of people, their heart and minds are not aligned. Yeah, you know that. Yeah, that where their heart is saying one thing and the brain is saying one thing. And now the science is even telling that brain works on the habits. Brain does not want to change.
Yeah, on patterns.
It wants to stay in a comfort zone. It wants to do the things which it has already been doing. Heart does not understand that. Heart wants to take a risk. Heart wants to fall in love. Heart wants to travel. Heart wants to follow the passion. Heart wants to do the things which heart is always in the present moment. Mind and brain operates from the past. So that's why it likes to stay in the past. And the heart wants to explore. Heart wants to laugh. Heart wants to be in the moment, tell the stories, fun. So this is what the heart does.
And then we are driven by the mind and the patterns, right? And then we don't listen to the heart. And in order to listen to the heart, you have to stay still. You can't swipe your phone. There's so many distractions right now as well that is a part of all of our lives.
Because most people think, it has been believed in the journey that, I am my brain. I am my mind. I'm not my heart. I have a heart. But I am my mind. I am my thoughts. And people say, my heart told me to do that. But should I do it or should I not do it? It means, I already believe that I am a mind.
Yeah.
I'm a thought, I'm a brain, but I'm not a heart. Heart is something else. Yeah. So actually, you are not even a heart. You are not even a mind. You should, once you separate yourself.
Yeah, there was something similar that you just said, and I heard the other day as well, that our mind tends to oftentimes look in the past and based on past experiences, look fearfully about the future because they constantly are worried that the past will come again and again, and then they just stop, take action, and they, distract themselves. So they're in this sort of blurry or cloudy state a lot of the times. We'll get to that. So let's go back to your journey. Yeah. So how did that come about? Did you go study somewhere? What is that a thing for meditation and yoga? Well, there are, right?
And there are things where you can go and study somewhere the full time. I did not go to any school of meditation. I practiced it by myself. I used to go to a lot of dynamic meditations happening in my city at someone's house. It's lots of dynamic meditation is the movement meditation. Yeah. So I used to do that. But meditation journey continued. My study about meditation, I will read or, I will explore it more and listen to more people. So most of my learning happened by listening to the people, not by reading books, because it's difficult for me to absorb knowledge from there.
Technique.
Yeah, I listen.
Thorough,
yeah. So I listen, I want to hear. Yeah. And that time, there was not much information available on YouTube and all. So I used to go and listen to people. Journey continued. And then I still felt that there is something missing in that journey. I'm working, I'm meditating, I feel calm and everything. But I miss that fire in me. That there should be something which keeps me in that state. And so then I found about the Kriya Yoga practices that time when I came to Dubai here, and I found the Kriya Yoga practices, and I connected with one of the Kriya Yoga teacher. I learned about the Kriya Yoga. I started practicing it. It's a breathing technique. It's an amazing specific breathing technique with flow, which helps you to clean up your energy, to allow your energy to flow more smoothly. Because when you just do the meditation, sometimes it can make you too relaxed, too detached, too relaxed. Yeah, but when you are working in the world, you need an amazing energy. You need energy to work. So it should be the state of very high alert.
So there's different types of meditation. There's one that keeps you calm or makes you calm. And then there's others that are stimulating you to be very focused and clear.
Exactly.
What's the difference what is the difference between these two approaches within a meditation? We're not talking about sound healing right now, right? So it was the verbal meditation.
Yes, yes.
So,
So there is, when you, like I was telling you also that these days people are very stressed in the modern world. Person is stressed. Every next person you meet, they have some or other kind of heaviness, tension, stress, anxiety, and not from their personal life, from their professional life, from their health issues, or from whatever is happening in the world around. Yeah, so people have these things, very highly stressed. Now, if you meet a very highly stressed person, and if I tell them, okay, come, just sit, close your eyes, meditate, breathe with me, it's not going to work with them.
Really?
Yeah, because their nervous system is so stimulated, it's amazingly stimulated. Their sympathetic system is so activated. Yeah. So the normal meditation, mindfulness practice may take some time to calm them down. So they need some stimulation in the body. Yeah. They need, it's called the high intensity exercise. You need to put them into a high intensity atmosphere. And the best way to create that intensity inside is through the breath. Some specific practice of the breathing. When you do that, but very subtle, it's not like those practice is not like very, if I'll do it, you will not even know I'm doing it. They're very subtle practices. When you do that stimulate the energy inside you, that activates the energy inside you, because energy has so much work inside. Yeah. And when those works are not happening properly, there is an procurement of energy. You receive the energy. There is a clearance of energy, like your digestive system clears the energy. Yeah. Separating good energy from good food, from the good fat, from the bad fat. In the same way it happens in energy, it separates. Then sending that pure energy into different parts of our system. So if all those things are not working properly, those person are not going to feel calm.
How do you see when a person is not, sometimes people stay still and you can't tell that they have this internal huge anxiety. I remember, because I've been to one of your sessions a few times actually with my husband, and I remember we were doing the breathing exercise and you were saying, the good way is to breathe through your belly because the lungs are so big, but most people are breathing only here or even here. And can you talk about that? Is that how you see how stressed a person is based on their breathing?
This is one of the way to see that. And it's not only I can see, anybody can see that by themselves. Yeah. Anybody can see that how they're breathing, is their breath is shorter or longer or deeper. What part of the body is actually moving when they're breathing. Yeah. Some people don't even move their chest, not even move their Some people breathe till here only, very short breath.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah. I was breathing. I never knew that. I was always thinking I'm just breathing. And then all of a sudden someone points out that you're actually breathing like 30% of your lungs. You don't use all of your lungs.
Yeah.
And that was a very a eye-opening moment, because I was like, I really need to be conscious and try to relax more so I can actually be able to breathe deeper, It
doesn't happen in one day.
No.
You cannot change it in one day because it's the habit we created for years. So like you see a child. Yeah. Have you seen a baby breathing? The way you will not see a child breathing like or no. You will see the whole body is calm. Only you will see a very gentle relaxation movement on the belly.
Yeah.
That's why when you see them, you feel calm, because their aura is very powerful. The children aura, the aura of a child is amazingly powerful. That's a very calming breath. Create a calming aura. And it's also a very powerful breath, because our center of our stomach, our belly, is the center of the life. That's how we are connected with the mother in the first place. Yeah. So it's the life breathing. Life breathes through you from that point. But as we grow up, obviously, we take stresses, we take anxiety. There is a school, and then there is a college, and there is a career.
Yeah.
So much. Then you're falling in love. All these things are there. You are worried about so many things. How you see yourself.
And you also get, the older you get, and I've thought about the bigger picture you see of the world. And as a child, you have a very, my world is here around me, my mom and dad, and this is my little bubble. And the older you get, the bigger you see the world. And then you see the different types of people and different things that are happening. And you all of a sudden realize that it's out of your reach to control everything.
That's how the breath gets separated.
Yeah.
So the center of the breathing from the stomach moves to the chest. Yeah. If you see a teenager, or if you see a person who is between 20 and 25, you see they will breathe through the chest. And if you take more stress in your life, now you're married, and now you have a job to do or business to do, or you still have to anything, so many stresses of the life. Yeah, comes, you will see that so many people not even breathe through chest. Their center has come here. Very shallow breathing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens when you don't breathe deep?
Great question. Can you answer?
Yeah.
I was about to ask.
Our cells, our body cells. Yeah. A cells needs energy to work. Yeah. There is a lot of research happening on the mitochondria these days. Mitochondria is energy power center in your cell. Every cell has thousands of mitochondria. Yeah. Our brain cells may have more than 10,000 mitochondria. Depends on the function. So those things needs energy. Okay. And how that energy is created inside the cells is basically created with the fuel and the oxygen. Fuel comes from the food, water, sunlight, anything you intake, anything you receive. Oxygen comes from the breath. Breath, air element. Yeah. So is the combination of that, it creates an energy called ATP. Okay. That goes to the cell. So this is the basic I'm talking, that cell needs, anything in our system needs an energy. Okay. And our system is built up with cells, trillions of cells. Yeah. A lot of cells.
So, and if the cell doesn't get enough oxygen, then how does it, or energy, how does the person feel? Is it a fatigue, or is it a lack of energy?
Yeah. So if you are not breathing deeply, if there is no enough energy, prana, life force is going there, and it's not available to create the energy. First is your food, and first is if you are not going to the going out in the sun, or if you are not taking good food. So first of all, the fuel is damaged. Another thing, your oxygen, which is the continuous source of energy. Food you eat like 2-3 times in a day. Water you drink like 5-6 times, 10 times in a day. Breath, how many times? Tell me. Every second you are breathing. Yeah. So it's a constant receiving of energy, constant exhaling the toxins out. Constant cleaning is happening. Yeah. That's so if your breath is not deeper, if your breath is not aligned and deep, you are not taking enough energy from the atmosphere. Yeah. And there is not enough not oxygen available for the mitochondria to create the energy.
Oh, it's also connected, right? Because the stress, which is also, stress is so, how do I say, subjective, because, we get stressed about something that's happening outside. It's our interpretation of how important whatever outside is, right? And then the stress, which is just a thought, is affecting how we breathe. The breath is affecting our cells. And we get sick oftentimes because of these stresses. And then we go get medicine instead of changing our thoughts. Right?
When you don't have enough energy in your system, stress is okay. Yeah. You have to work today. You have to go out and work and create a big business or create a huge life. Stress will come. You will not find the right people who are working for you. Yeah. Sometimes there are stress in your relationships. Life is there to throw stress on us. Yeah. If you really want to get out of your comfort zone and really work and become successful, there are things which will not go your way, and there are things which will go your way. But when the things don't go your way, you feel stress, or you feel fear of the future, that what's going to happen, which creates anxiety. Yeah. So stress, anxiety, all these are part of. But is your system is really prepared to take that? Yeah. If your system is really powerful to just change that stress into a passion. Yeah. Or change that feeling of anxiety, to just calm it down.
Or anxiety, change it to excitement, right?
Excitement.
Or like, and I was thinking about that, like a stress. And how do you teach people to metabolize the stress? That it goes through and it goes away, instead of it keeps you in you all the time. And I guess meditation probably is one of the ways.
Meditation is probably one of the way, definitely, to calm it down. Yeah. Yeah. A good breathing technique, a good breathing exercising is prepare your system. It makes your system very strong. It makes your nervous system amazingly strong, that you can take the stress. In this modern world, we cannot say, I cannot just go and live in a cave and I say no stress. Yeah. Simple. Yeah.
I love that. I love the fact that, stress is part of life, and we should embrace that as a
life.
Positive.
People should embrace. Obviously, you should not overthink and worry about the things which are not in your control. Yeah. Yeah. That you should always have a mindful effort towards your life. And you should always take a lifestyle which will also keep the stress down, which keeps your body healthy. So all these things are there.
Let's talk about meditation plus sound healing. Let's go back to your journey and how did it develop into sound healing, biohacking, and all of these things that you're doing right now? Yeah. What kind of drove your interest towards sound?
So once I started doing Kriya Yoga practice, I also started feeling lots of energy in my system. I feel huge energy. My sleep has reduced. My body is functioning amazingly well. I start going for this huge trekking trips. I went to Mount Kailash, Kilimanjaro without any effort. I will just like it was not difficult for me to do those mountain trips. Life is really opportunities are coming. Things started changing. Once you change your energy, the things are really changing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can say it because I've experienced that. And then people also started coming naturally. My friends will come. My friends of friends will come. Whenever I'll go, people have talk and they'll come with their issues. They'll come with their problems. They will talk. And because I think with that kind of energy, maybe people feel safe in your space, or I don't know. I cannot talk it about myself in that way, but
you saw a difference in how you attracted people, right?
People. That it just I never went to anyone.
Yeah.
It's just when I started working and changing this, everything, people started coming, and I say, okay, then I will give them guidance. We will give them a talk, and then people will go and do. But then I felt that people cannot meditate. People cannot even breathe if their system is really heavy, if their system is really tense, and maybe they are heartbroken, maybe they are carrying trauma from their childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of, I started seeing that. And one day I entered into this sound healing session of my teacher. And then I went there, I sit there, and he was not playing all the instruments. It's just one simple ball after the meditation. And I sat there, closed my eyes. I still remember one sound, with only one sound, because my body is already aligned.
Mm-hmm.
My journey has made my system already so receptive and high. I was already at a very high frequency to absorb it, So that's how I understood. After that time, I didn't realize. So I'm sitting there and I heard this sound, and suddenly that one sound took me into the space of my memories of my childhood. And I remember that as a childhood, we used to play lots of sounds because it's in our temples. We play bells, we play gongs as a part of prayer or something. So I reflect and say, oh, sound has always been part of my life. In house, we'll play a lot of music, and I'd say, okay. Then that's how I kick, oh, this is the one thing. When that frequency went inside, I felt amazingly lighter. And that was the moment I said, no, this is my thing. And then I obviously learned about the frequencies. I learned about the vibrations. I learned how they can impact your system. Then I said, okay, if people cannot meditate, first they need to heal. And then you can put them into a state of meditation.
Okay, so the sound healing would be before meditation that people should, if they decide to go on a journey, they should start with setting their body in the right kind of setup, yeah?
Yes, because meditation is not something you do. Meditation is something which happens when you have a right atmosphere, both outer and inner.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So if your body is aligned, if your energy centers are aligned, it's like driving a car. If all the wheels are aligned, you have a smooth drive.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to do anything.
And how technically, because you have all these balls and there's different balls. There's crystal balls, there's metal balls. I don't know if they're metal, but like they look metal. How is that like, how did you learn to do them? And how do you know which sound affects a certain nervous system or part of you? Yeah.
I'll give, the guitar.
Yeah.
When we play a guitar or any musical instrument. Yeah, it's very basic though. But it's every musical instrument had these 7 notes. Yeah. And then if there's to play that musical instrument, we need to align all these 7 notes, tune them. Once it is tuned, your musical instrument is playing a music, rhythm. It is not tuned, it's a noise. It's a disturbance. Same thing is with our body. Yeah, all the 7 chakras in our body, you consider them like a 7 notes of the music.
Wow.
Okay. And
every instrument have the main 7 notes, and we have 7 chakras.
So actually, every chakra has its own sound. Every chakra has its own frequency. Every chakra has its own rhythm. So our body, whole universe works on the rhythm. Yeah. If anything that is not working in the rhythm, it's chaos. Yeah. In the same way, our body works in a rhythm. Heart is beating in a rhythm. If it loses its rhythm, you know what happens to the heart. Our brain cells, everything is flowing in the rhythm. If there is no rhythm because of the stress or many reasons, our brain doesn't function well. Blood flow, everything you see in the system is rhythmic.
Rhythmic.
Life is a music. That's why they say, yeah. So our body is also actual music, and the expression of that music is happiness. Expression of that music is joy, love, high frequency emotions. Yeah, compassion, kindness. So if your body is in the music, your body is aligned, and it is playing a music, you experience all these amazing emotions. But because of some reasons, if those notes are not aligned, if the tuning is not happened well, like a child, everything is beautifully aligned. Yeah, you feel happy around a child. Why? Because it is the music, invisible music is coming from a child, a dog, pat, music is coming. But we, as a human being, we take it for the granted.
And if you talk about the bowls that you use, do you use them intuitively, or is there some sort of technical like structure that how you have to use it?
It's a combination of the intuition and technique. Yeah. So like the 7 notes, we use these 7 sound balls, which are every note is related to every chakra.
Is there a
sequence? Yeah, there is a sequence of that. So when we use that, when we use that balls around those chakras, basically you're trying to tune the energy centers of your body. Okay. And when you tune them, they create a music like a tuning system. So your body is more happy, your body is more aligned. There is a sequence to that. And then apart from the singing balls, I also use the frequencies, something called solfeggio frequencies. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's 174 hertz, 532 hertz, 407 hertz.
What does frequency to your body? Can you explain different frequencies, how they affect body differently?
Different frequencies have different functions. Yeah. There's a research happened on the solfeggio frequencies. So I'll just give an example, like 174 hertz is to release the pain. So if you have any physical pain, not a deeper one, just a general pain, it can help you to heal or release that pain at some level. Obviously, it's a combination of breathing, it's a combination of focus. As if you combine all these things and with that particular frequency, it helps you to flow.
And it's interesting, science is now coming out with some research as well, and some really strong suggestions that sound frequencies can help even with cancer cells and other physical disorders that people have. And it's so interesting for you probably to see that finally it's on the paper and it's official. It's not just, a spiritual, mystical kind of process that people always was looking at sound healing. Have you, ever since that kind of started being a big topic, and I think for the last few years, sound healing has been a topic, there's been a lot about nervous system regulation through frequency, brain waves, and how sound
affects the brain waves.
Yeah. And basically, has that changed your process or your practice because of the science and the things that has come out from science, or did you already know all of that?
It did not change my practice because the practice has always been the same. It's just the data was not available.
Yeah, so you knew that it helps, but you couldn't kind of put it on measure how much it helps, right?
Exactly. What best you could do is you can do the EEG, And you can check the brain frequencies before the session. You can change the brain frequencies during the session, and you can check the brain frequencies after the session. So you know that how they shift from the beta to alpha, theta, and sometimes people even go to the delta. Well, they experience a deep sleep in the session, and they come out and they say, "I don't even remember what happened." most of time it happens that people don't even, just imagine I'm using a ball, sound ball, which is say 2.5 kg on your stomach. I put it there. And when people come out and I'm playing the music, its vibration is going on. And when people come out and they say, I don't know if you put it.
They don't remember.
They don't even remember that it was actually there.
I can actually tell you that was my experience as well. That I would get into this very, I can't say I was asleep, but I was unconscious. And there was a moment where I came back and I'm like, I don't know if there's been 2 minutes have passed or 30 minutes have passed. I have no idea. And my husband next to me would be asleep and he'd be like, I had a really good nap.
Sleep, yeah.
Is that something you decide which sort of brainwaves people will go in, or that is very individual on everyone? So one will go in theta, one will stay in alpha, beta, and all that. And
yeah. So when you work with people in a group session, basically in a group setup, it's more generic. It's more generic that when you play some sounds of the chakras, you play some singing bowls, use some very normal frequencies, like very amazing frequencies, though, say 432 hertz. 531 hertz to relax the system. So the group session is more about relaxation. Group session is more about cleaning the stress from the body. So I work with them. When I work people with one-to-one, in that I use lots of specific frequencies. I put those balls on their bodies, front side, back chakras. The chakras, energy centers also are, why we call them energy centers? Because they are continuously receiving and giving the information.
Is there a difference between just hearing the sound and having the ball on your body? Is that just like a closer kind of effect?
Oh, no. It's a different effect because when you receive the vibration directly. And it's closer to your system. Yeah, and you can. It's physical. It's also the experience where it's a good experience to have also in that time because it's the vibrations are coming to you.
And I was reading something that right now the sound is stimulating vagus nerve, which is the biggest nerve we have that attach all the organs, and that apparently is the parasympathetic nervous system, right?
Yes.
Do you know anything about sort of this part? How does it stimulate the nervous system? Is it just the frequency or?
So how this whole system is there? Yeah, there are so many nerves in our nervous system, amazing nerves, and every nerve is connected to the brain, which is the CEO or top. And then there's the vagus nerve, which is the main nerves. From there, all the nerves are going to the body. But how the communication is happening in the body? Do you hear any talk when you listen to the body? No. The communication is happening through rhythms. The communication is happening in the body through frequencies. Yeah, it's the music. It's this communicating with each other. So they're communicating to frequencies and vibrations and rhythm. So the language of the system is already vibration. It's already proven scientifically that everything vibrates. So when you use some specific sounds and frequencies, our vagus nerves, our nervous system is already understanding that sound. And our brain listens to that. So when our brain also listening to that, our brain immediately puts into the present moment. So you are not connected with the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're listening the sound and frequencies is putting into a present moment. And your vagus nerve is also getting that vibration and it is calming it down. It is telling, oh, you don't need to fear anymore. Calm down, relax. Your sympathetic system has not to be active that time. So you see the immediate change in person. In 10 minutes, you can see the change in people's expressions. You can see it on their face. You can see it on their body when you play all this. When it calms the vagus nerves. Definitely.
Wow. What do you think the future is for sound healing? Do you think it can AI replicate what you do physically? Can anyone put on Spotify, and listen to specific frequencies and that will help? Or is that at the end of the day a guided process that should be, done together with someone who knows this?
I will always tell that because I cannot be an expert on what's going to happen in the future, but I always tell you that go to the YouTube and listen to a sound, any sound you play, and then come for a session and try that.
Yeah.
So go with your own experience in that way. Obviously, in futures, the technology is growing on, and you can always see that some devices are coming with the frequencies without sound. They just give you the frequencies. There are some devices are coming which creating the sounds. So eventually it might go that side. But I still feel the human touch is very important. Human touch is very important.
I was thinking, human touch and the energies, the energy exchange. And can you talk about what happens to you? So you do 4 sessions a day, and you were saying before the podcast that you've done 10,000s of these types of sessions that positively affect anyone who's in a room, I guess.
Yeah.
How has it been for you personally? Have you seen change by doing this process so often?
Yes, I've seen change in me also. It evolved me because the more people I meet, the more I understand their suffering, the more I understand their struggle, the more I understand the challenges of people. Yeah. And the more I also study about it, learn from human, it changed me as a person. And it made me more kind. It made me more kind. It brought a lot of empathy and compassion for me to connect to, and it made me an amazing, I will not say, but it made me a good listener.
I want to say amazing, but then tone it down. But no, I think you are. What I've experienced, I do feel like your presence is very calm. And I think if you ever see a person who has a calm presence, that makes you feel safe within that space straight away. And that straight away calms down the nervous system without doing anything, And that's what you were saying earlier. I think maybe that's also a part of your appeal, why people feel safe with you. I wanted to go one step back just because I asked that to everyone. At what point did you decide to move to Dubai? And how did that whole shift from being in India to moving to Dubai? Because living in a small town, everyone's practicing meditation and all this spiritual, and then you come to Dubai. It's a different scene. How did that happen?
No. When I say it's not everyone practicing meditation.
Well, I had this scene in my head.
When you hear that, you feel, no. Every place has its own challenges, and every place is on, everything. I just came to Dubai I just got a job offer here. And I just said yes. It was kind of it happened very fast. There was no time to think. And I was 19 when I came.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was a drive to, earn money. There was a drive to support my family. And so with that drive, I came since I loved Dubai from the day one. I came here. I loved it. I fell in love with everything, the culture, different people. You meet different kind of foods, everything. I just started liking it.
Wow.
And then I found my own meditation circle here, my own meditation community here, which after 20 years, they're still part of my life. I made my own, I created my family here, in that way. So it was an amazing journey. I loved it, every part of it.
I love that story. I always love the story when I hear, because one of the parts about this podcast is about also meeting people when they kind of, have had these pivotal moments where they make a change. And in Dubai, you can meet anyone and they've had that change, because most people, we are expats. We lived somewhere. We then came here. We had to adjust. Some people made their own little circles or big circles, made families, blended cultures, That's one of the parts that I love about Dubai as well. Yeah. And if everyone who I speak say that this part is the diversity is something that is the most appealing.
Amazing. Yeah. And then I remember the days when I was here, and initially I was just, because there was suddenly I'm disconnected from my meditation atmosphere, you say that. And then I come here and I used to work 6 days, and that time used to be a Friday holiday. So every Thursday night after my dinner, I'll go to the creek side, near the water, and I'll sit there almost for 3, 4, 5 hours whole night, and I'll wait for the sunset, and I just have my own time, which I missed the whole week. So that was my that was my thing to just be with me. And then all that energy leads me to meet different people, and life has been good.
And it's great when people meet over a similar interest, right? Because then in meditation, sound healing, and just overall well-being of the soul and the body, then there's always so many things to talk about when you meet people over the same interest, right? I wanted to ask you about biohacking. So that's a part of you that you do now as well. So can you just tell me in very short, how does that manifest in your work? Biohacking is so many things: nutrition, the sleep, the, what's it called? The products that you use. How do you do that?
This is one aspect of the biohacking. It's biohacking.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple. It's hacking your system. It's
through your sound with the sound, or that's a separate kind of thing.
So it's about knowing yourself, knowing your system better. And now with the technologies, we can know our biology very much. Yeah, you can go and do a test which can give you a 300 plus parameters about your genes, about your cells, what is happening in your body, what are you lacking, what genes you got from your fathers, forefathers, parents. So all these things you know better. So once you know better, it will become easier. Like it will be easier for a healer or for a wellness practitioner to work on you.
Yeah.
So this is how it came, because I always loved the science part of thing. And now it made me more excited that the things what a person is going through, and the things have become way you can measure all these things now. Your stress, you can measure it.
And it's interesting as well. Like I was just thinking that you have sort of like a holistic approach to what you do as well. For example, all the meditations for sound healing, they're also linked to moon phases. For example, you do full moon, new moon. Is that astrology or is that kind of how do I say it? Is that
astronomy? Yeah.
Astronomy. Do you take for consideration where the planets are and where the moon is, and how did that affect you and your clients who come to you?
Moon, like I have always been mesmerized also and amazed with the energy of the moon and how it impacts our mood. It's and because during the full moon, if I'll just say that, if don't believe my words and don't even believe what is on the social media. Just notice your moods, just notice your sleep, just notice your behavior around the full moon time, around the new moon time, and how the new moon cycles, the moon cycle is impacting our mood. Just if you just be, you will know. Yeah. So once it impacts your mood, and it's an opportunity also that around the full moon time, you can also see that so many things which are not inside you are coming up.
Eliminated. No, how do you say it? Enlightened. No. So the moon is now completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Like fully seen. And so everything that's illuminated, that's the one. And then is there sort of like the parallel between the moon and us being fully seen as well?
Yeah, because I was doing meditation and I have become sensitive to the energies, and then I can feel that around the full moon, a lot of energies are very high at the peak. So in the high energy, you feel everything very high. If you are sad, you will feel more sad. You will see this sadness coming up.
Okay.
If you are depressed, you will see this, if you are hurt, you will feel that, that hurt emotion is triggering you.
Yeah.
So it's a good opportunity to see that and heal that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not, it's you see it, you do something about it, you heal it. And then in your next full moon cycle, you again see it. Oh, am I really having that or not? Or the impact of it reduced or not?
Yeah.
Because we know that science has already told that moon is affecting the water.
Water, exactly. And we are what consists of like 80% of water.
Yeah, there is there's a water in a water element in our system. It's not water. Yeah, it's a water element. Our cells are covered with this watery element. So there's a water element which get affects by the moon energy. Yeah. It also get affects by the sun energy, but the moon is changing. Moon is closer, so we can see the impact.
That's I love when people don't take, well, that's just how I am or that's how I feel, but they go and try to see, maybe analyze a little bit more themselves and what's happening around and how they how are they affected. Maybe let's end on what kind of people should seek for sort of help through sound healing. Is there a specific group that you would like to see more on your sessions? And maybe you can end up on all the benefits from sound healing that you've seen in practice.
Yeah, there is no specific kind of a group. I would like to help as many as people if they are looking for any kind of change in their inner life, to become more focused, more clearer, to become more healthier, inner health. And if it also helps with lots of manifestation, because if your energy is clean, if your mind is clear, you can feel more. So one of the secret of manifestation is feeling. Yeah. So you need to feel what you want to achieve. But you can't feel because there is lots of resistance in your system. So once you remove that resistance, it's easier to feel, and then it's easier to manifest also. This is one of the things. So I would like to help anyone and everyone who wants to connect. And
I think that's the whole purpose of healing.
It's not you. Yeah. I don't see that. Oh, this is my this. Yeah. You cannot say that. Oh, I want to help him or this kind of. I don't. First of all, I don't put people in boxes. There is no judgment. There's lots of love energy which I feel, and which I say that it's
When did you know that this is your purpose? Because I can feel that you feel strongly about that you are aligned on the right path, and this is how you kind of bring. When did you feel like that this is really yours? Was it really way back? Or was there a pivotal moment for you where you were like, I can feel someone's guiding me. Someone's like reassuring that this is what and I believe in those things because sometimes there's things like, oh, I would like to do that. And there's no flow. You just, for me, it was like, I'd love to start a business, and everything I tried, I just feel like it's blocked. It's like not. And then, for example, with this podcast, I was like, I want to do podcast. And just one thing after another. And it felt like these opportunities of, opened up so effortlessly that I did feel that there was some sort of guidance. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it felt the flow was so visible,
Yeah. See, there are things which lights you up amazingly. They just light you up. So the one thing that really lights me up is when I see change in the people. When I see people are more happier, or people are more aligned, or people are more flow, the flow state. Yeah. So when I see that people are more in the flow state, so that lights me up, that because of me or because of some processes we did, some changes came. And that is the most amazing feeling a person can have, and lots of appreciation, gratitude. So I feel that, and there were many moments in my journey where I felt that this is for me.
Yeah,
many moments of surety. So there's not a one big bang event. You cannot expect that. Yeah. It's just any moment of time where you really want to give up. You say, oh, this is not for me. I want to go back. I want to do this. But then life again brings you something. Life again brings one person and say, okay, Naresh, can you help me? Or I said, okay. Then you see that, oh, no, this is what I really want to do, because this is what is flowing very naturally from me.
Yeah.
And I love it. It is the love of my life. It is.
You know what? And that kind of comes through, and I can feel that. Thank you so much for this conversation. And everyone who's listening, Naresh Dewnani, right? Yeah. You can find him on Instagram, and please reach out. I've done it myself. I've loved every minute after and during sound healing session with Naresh. And see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.